Okay, welcome back after practice, which went relatively well. I think we're looking like we could be a bit more competitive compared to where we were in Singapore. In terms of actual performances and stuff, Mercedes have clawed in slightly, as have McLaren. Everyone else, including us, seems to have just stayed still, so that's interesting. Elsewhere, we've got enough R&D points to do something juicy. I'm going to use that second store now. And the reason why I wanted to highlight that store, there we go, was because I quite fancy diving in and doing this ERS store up on here. Oh no, actually, let's use no, I'm quite happy, so let's do the 18. No, we've got 16 there. Do you know what, let's go there's improvement there. Then we'll have enough to do another upgrade here afterwards, and that'll be okay. Then we'll be truly magnificent. Off to quali. Doesn't look like there's going to be any regulation changes this. I hate this track with a passion. I find it so dull to drive and uninspiring and car park like. And I know my driving then kind of isn't. I get sloppy round here because I get mentally bored. I think we've ended up 4th, but that must be the closest top 4 all season long. That was crazy.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Delatraz, Bottas and Lewis Hamilton.
I'm happy with
that. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Ferrari's in a Red Bull sandwich, that's juicy, and they've kind of recovered back in again to the top 10, it looks like, the Ferrari team, with McLaren and Renault rounding out the top 10. Giovinazzi 11, that's good. Puts him in good position. Perez, Ocon, Norris, Magnussen 15th. That's juicy. Ahead of Russell, Verstappen down in 17th. That's not great. Stroll, De Vries, Latifi ahead of Grosjean, and then King. Okay. That's one of the most original qualies that we've had in a while. Great stuff.
Welcome one and all to today's Grand Prix here in southern Russia. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Louis Delatraz lines up on pole position and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Smith, Daniel Ricciardo and Leclerc, Albon,
They weren't far
Sainz,
behind.
Gasly, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Perez, Ocon, Lando Norris, and Kvyat, Russell, Verstappen, Lance Stroll, and Nick de Vries, Latifi, Grosjean, King, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get...
Okay, let's see if we can push for a top 10 finishing position today.
I mean, we'll leave it where it is, but okay. Let's do that. That's a good reaction time by everyone. Was not a good start for Delatrez. Bottas up front.
That's a strong start. Well done.
Both Ferraris have leapfrogged the Red Bulls, I think, as well. Ooh. Did you hear that squeal? I don't think I've ever heard that before. Okay, let's go. We're going deep in this race. So the better we do, the less amount of cars we'll have for a drama. Oh, we're on his own. Sainz ahead of Albon. Gasly, Giovinazzi now ahead of Ricciardo. I think Ricciardo's in trouble. What?
Release. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
I don't know why, but okay. Well, that's flippity fucked. Oh. Why did that do that?
Louis is in the pits. Louis in the pits. To run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
Yeah, we're going to end up fourth now. Oh, for God's sake.
Use your overtake button for more power. We need to push. behind is 5.8 seconds. To the car in front is 3.1 seconds. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
I am not giving up. I want my podium back.
The car behind you has just fitted the hard tyres. Car behind, running hards.
Who's there? Buggered up Leclerc again, haven't they? Not having it.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Oh, Valtteri. Fastest lap on the
You did
last
really
lap as well.
Super driving.
That was my race.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today.
I'm sure they did.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody.
Everybody.
And after this round of the World Championship, Here's how things look in the driver's table. Not the result our points leader wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. Some amazing talents out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Interesting choice today, I think. There's a few to pick from, but I think I have to give it to Danny Kvyat. He put in a rock-solid performance today, one that he can be proud of.
It's time to check out the Constructor Standings. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action.
Excuse me.
I can't wait to see what's next.
So it was Ricciardo then that must have been in trouble with his front wing and causing everyone to hold up. But that didn't work out for other people, so Gasly moved up to a great 6th, Sainz to a 7, Albon dropped down to 8th, Kvyat managed to get back up to 10th in the Red Bull, Ocon 9th, so another good run for Renault, and that will push Renault ahead of McLaren in the Constructors. Perez, Giovinazzi just outside the points again. I thought he was going to get some. Ricciardo, Norris, Stroll, Verstappen and De Vries. Way too late in the pits there for Verstappen, in my opinion. Grosjean did get home ahead of Latifi, but Latifi stayed ahead of Magnussen and King, and Russell managed to claw his way back onto the back again after his drama. I'm assuming it was Russell and Kvyat then that had problems. And that was where we got our front wing drama from. Oh, I'm so angry with that. That was 6 seconds we lost for... And if I'd have known, I'd have turned off the wing, but I didn't even feel like I'd hit and had damage shown up. So frustrating. So we're 9 points then clear from Bottas. With only really America, I think, the one that I'm really a struggle on left. So it still bodes well. Delatraz ahead of Hamilton, Ricciardo and Leclerc, Kvyat, Albon, Gasly back again ahead of Sainz. Perez drops back. No other changes. And it's just Renault moving 4 points away from McLaren. Ferrari's resurgence of form is, I think, going to potentially keep them into 3rd place in the championship. After all that drama, where they had several races where they didn't even look like scoring. Now they're back up again, looking like they could be the 3rd best team.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts.
Shut up.
How do you think this team will be feeling after that result?
I think they've done well.
You had a bit of contact today. Who was at fault there? It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it? Great. Well, that's everything.
You're welcome. Not a good start for a rivalry breakdown, is it? I'll get you next time, Gadget. Good stuff for us both. Complete a weekend without colliding with another vehicle. We hit each other. I failed to see how we get that bonus, but okay. So, Japanese Grand Prix is up next. I've done some durability, some performance, some more durability, and some simulator training from everything that's going on there. The other thing that I'm going to do, whilst we've got the R&D points, is to immediately steam in and get this energy store sorted, because that's the one where I'm kind of juggling a little bit. To push on. Suspension geometry added in. Durability focus, yay. More ICE stuff. General durability upgrade, nice. Simulator training, weekly costs, bang on in. Some durability again, and an energy store durability.
Our new parts have been completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
And that's fab, because then... Oh, it's 1,000, but that's okay. That's still 16. I mean, that's all... done again. Electrical systems aren't really an issue, but I sure could sort out an ultimate gearbox, or even just wait actually, and then we'll do the MG UK or something like that maybe. Either way, it's all good. Moving on in. Hello everyone, welcome back to Japan and Suzuka after practice. Yes, we've got a high cash balance. Thank God it's dry because it was wet for FP3 and I was worrying. It's a big loud bang from nowhere. I don't know what that was about. Anyway, as you can see on the good old performance chart, we've improved, as have Mercedes, as has Racing Point, who have leapfrogged Ferrari to come up into fourth, just behind Red Bull. Renault, AlphaTauri, McLaren are all the same. Haas stick just about ahead of Alfa Romeo, but that to me looks like Alfa Romeo have improved ever so slightly. But Williams have brought an upgrade. And one of the things I was noticing, because I thought, oh, Latifi's been doing well the last couple of races, there's been a performance patch update, which has improved people's experience. And it's boosted Latifi from like being a 60-something rated up to an 80 rating. So no wonder he's suddenly like capable. They've really screwed over Giovinazzi, I think, though, because they've left him at a 76, and he's now the worst rated like driver on the grid, which I think is not true in any way, shape or form. So that's interesting. Let's just quickly dive into here. The next thing I just wanted to shout on is we've got a juicy amount of R&D points again. There's no regulation changes. Oh, we're 2 off. Oh, do you know what? They're already busy doing something. Can we do gearbox? We can do gearbox. Let's do gearbox. Let's get it in, get it done. And then we can focus on ICUs and stuff like that later. Quality is coming up. Deep. I've gone backwards in quali, haven't I? I used to be good. I'll take that for now. We're looking for the constructors. If I get the drivers again, that'll be great.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Bottas, Delatraz and Lewis Hamilton. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Hamilton's we're 4th, then Gasly, Ricciardo, Leclerc, 2 Red Bulls, Stroll in the top 10 for AlphaTauri. Good stuff. Ocon, Perez, Sainz, Russell, Norris, Verstappen, Giovinazzi, Magnussen again ahead of De Vries, King ahead of Grosjean and Latifi. I tell you what, Williams, it looked like they'd bought an ultimate update there, and I think that has pegged them back onto actually being able to fight with people again, which is delightful. And because they've boosted both King and Latifi's performance up, and Nick de Vries as well, actually. He's another one that's received a big boost in this recent update that I'd noticed.
Good day today. Let's have your take on
It
it.
wasn't really, but okay.
Why do you think you weren't as quick as your teammate today? Are you happy with your performance today? Is there anything that you
Deny
think
everything.
gave you the edge over your rivals?
How durable the car is, please, since that is where we are focusing.
Great. Well, that's everything.
You're welcome. Boo. I'll get you next time, Bottas. Quite a short run down to turn 1 actually, so I don't think I'll be able to do too much for against him. So we're going to have to go battle guns.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and Louis Delatraz completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Smith, Pierre Gasly, and Ricciardo, Leclerc, Albon, Stroll, and Sergio Perez, Sainz, Russell, Lando Norris, and Verstappen, Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Daniel Kvyat, and
Aw,
Nick de Vries.
again?
King, Grosjean, Ocon. They've taken a grid penalty, and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Juicy
Home
juice.
Grand Prix, let's give them a race worth watching.
Oh, Valtteri! Oh God, we're all off. Uh-oh. We'll have to look at that at the end. Screw you, Bottas. That was your fault.
Nice move. Good job.
Save fuel behind Ramar. Oh, maybe not. Don't need to. Wow. How very Senna and Prost without it ever meaning to be. Oh. I'm going nowhere near that.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Ocon, De Vries next up. Then Kvyat in the Red Bull, who's not gone up the order at all, has he?
Yellow flag, VSC deployed. The virtual safety car
Oh.
has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here.
Oh,
Slow
there's
down,
drama.
maintain
Oh,
a
there's lots
positive
of
delta.
drama.
A new strategy is available on the MFD. They're retiring from the race. Some information on Albon.
Wow.
Okay, copy that. Wait for green. VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
I might pit and get myself out of some of this, you know. Can we go around the outside? Yes, we can. Lovely stuff. Box this lap.
Understood, stopping this lap.
Let's get us out of the traffic.
Go, go, go. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit.
Oh, you're
You'll
having a
receive
laugh.
penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Perfect. That was exactly what I needed.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Okay, next up's Gasly. Hamilton still has not pitted. So Delatraz leads. In theory, I think then Gasly is second. Because Hamilton has not pitted. And we are reeling him in. Oh, Ricciardo's come out on the hard tyres. Well done, Ferrari. Start reeling in Gasly. Oh shit.
Alright, so we've been looking at the damage, and we think you should be okay to continue. It'll cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Nice.
Top
Superb
job, my
recovery.
friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you've pulled through.
I was a
Thank
bit
you.
worried about it after turn 1. What a mess.
That's it then for another fantastic Grand Prix here in Japan. A brilliant victory that has thoroughly earned the applause from the...
I think
Well,
I
I'm
deserve
thoroughly
the
exhausted
applause
after
for
the
that kind of
excitement
race,
that
mate.
race, but I'm sure
And well
it's
done, Gasly, on the
nothing compared to
podium
our
for Renault
drivers
as
here.
well.
They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way.
Okay, how does that work?
So then, it's time to see how this result affects
Ah.
the Drivers' Championship. Smith increases their championship lead. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
Louis Delatraz gets my vote today.
Let's move on to the constructors. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. After
Okay.
an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in
Right.
Formula One.
Alright. So, Minardi 1-2. Gasly 3rd for Renault. That's key because Sainz got 6th and Lando Norris got 9th. So those were big things. Ocon got from 21st to 11th. That's quite unfortunate for him. Kvyat managed to get back into the top 10. Sadly at the expense of Giovinazzi, who dropped out of it. Both Ferraris well up there as well, which will basically see them again pull clear from Red Bull after their implosion. Bottas no scorey, Verstappen not about, Hamilton not about either after all of the drama. Magnussen dropped back after looking strong early on. Latifi and King, Grosjean at the back, along with Russell with their Russell's early stop. I think Grosjean was just waylaid with the drama of the De Vries, Albon, Russell pile-up that I think Grosjean was involved in as well. Let's take a wee look. Wow. Oh, and Bottas had a time penalty for De Vries. Okay. Huge drama going on then. And you can see front wings for Bottas and Russell at the end of that lap. And for Hamilton on lap 12. I was going to say, he didn't look like he was able to do very much. So that kind of makes sense. I want to take a look. Please don't crash. I've had this crash before. I want to see this turn 1. Was this my fault? So we get a blinding start. Delatraz does not. We all leapfrog him. Oh, it is me, isn't it? Oh, it really is me. I think I'm already through. Take my line. And you can see I'm already pinched off. That then pushes me into Bottas. Bottas goes into Hamilton. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, United States is up next. Let's dive off through. We've got some race simulations to boost up Delatraz's
New
stuff.
parts have been completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
That was our... It must be our... Not our gearbox upgrade, but our engine, wasn't it? Yeah, juicy. So we've still got 2 biggies that we can attract there, and potentially some stuff on the brakes. That's now 725. So in my head, let's get that in and done as well whilst we're at it. We'll skip that. Thank you, thank you. Juicy. We're off to America. Let's catch you after practice. Practice over for America. I'm not particularly confident with this one, it must be said. We have had an improvement now, as you can see. We got a little bit of an engine boost. Mercedes have also boosted up, as have Ferrari. Look, they are now back to being the 3rd best team. Oh Christ, I didn't mean to press that button. Moving ahead of Red Bull and Racing Point with an upgrade, so that is key and crucial for them, because we thought Ferrari was going to drop like a stone down the championship, but they've just dropped down to 3rd, which is a shock, basically, based on how it was all going beforehand, where it looked really grim for them mid-season. Clearly, the update has helped them kind of kick back up again. We've got both of those still going on. I think we've reached department capacity, haven't we? Oh no, we haven't. We can do 3. Oh, hello. Now, I kind of feel like this is going to ruin everything that's going on. Well, not ruin everything, you know what I mean. Let me just quickly check. Got that there. Oh, we could. Yeah, let's do minor brakes. Go on then. Well, let's dive into quali. It's a bit dark. Like my soul. I was going to say I'd be happy with 4th. That was a really scruffy lap, and we clung on to 4th. I think we were more close to 5th and 6th than we were to the top 3, though. That wasn't a good lap. But then I don't feel comfortable around this circuit particularly.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Hamilton, Delatraz, and Valtteri Bottas. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Red Bull, Ferrari, that's interesting. Perez then best of the rest after that, followed by Renault's Gasly. Russell up there for Racing Point. They've had a horrible season, really, haven't they? I thought they'd have scored way more points, considering how tip-top that car's supposed to be. Sainz, Verstappen, Stroll, Norris, Giovinazzi, Ocon down in 17th. That's not a good look. Magnussen ahead of De Vries. King and Latifi ahead of Grosjean. Wow, what a day. It's got proper juicy at the back of the grid.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Louis Delatraz completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Bottas, Smith, Alexander Albon, and Leclerc, Kvyat, Ricciardo, Perez, and Pierre Gasly, Russell, Sainz, Max Verstappen, and Norris, Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Nick De Vries, and Jordan King. Latifi, Grosjean, Ocon, they've taken a grid penalty, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close.
Oh dear.
Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Short hold. Go. Nice. Ooh, Delatraz, you beauty.
That's a good start. Keep it up.
What an overtake. Seems to be drama going on in the midfield. And oh.
Some information on Albon. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Ooh, drama. Oh God. I don't wanna. Go. is exactly what I needed. An AlphaTauri and a Ferrari have got past the wounded Albon. We are pitting. As is Perez, as is Leclerc, oh, as is loads of people. That's quite handy.
Release, release.
Oh, that's not.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the
Listen
end
and
now.
DeFries. But out ahead of Latifi and King and Grosjean and co, so that is handy. Ooh, grip. Hello. Can we do both? Yes. For their stops. I'm not sure. Bit cheeky, but I'll have it. If I can keep it. Oh. Well, we've been limping around all of the race. Clearly it gave up the ghost. No VSC though.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. This is your final lap of the race.
Bloody thing. I think we're okay. Oh dear, another second. Delatraz
Top
gets
job, my
another
friend,
win.
top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you've
Me
pulled
too.
through. Thank you.
Perez driver today. That must have been the Toro Rosso that scraped through when Albon was really limping.
there's a few disappointments.
But that's great for us in terms of the Constructors' Championship, which is what I am interested
as they make their way up
in.
to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance.
Thank you, Crafty. Shush.
So let's review the updated driver's standings. Smith increases their championship
Ooh.
lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Louis Delatraz gets my vote today. I know that's at odds with the official decision, but I think they deserve some recognition on a day where both of these drivers are at the top of their game.
Let's move on to the constructors. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be
Okay.
sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Thank you. So we pull away from Mercedes, thankfully, after all of that. As you can see, I was not the fastest by any way, shape or form. Kvyat does a great job to 5th in the Red Bull. Perez to 6th in the AlphaTauri done well. Ferrari lost out at the start, 7 and 8. Russell up to 9, no, that's a good run. And then Gasly grabbed 10th place. I'm sure Giovinazzi was 10th at some point, but a good run up the order. Verstappen moves up as well, as did Norris. Sainz dropped back though. Mind you, that would all be from Albon's retirement. Those last two. De Vries moved up, getting ahead of Magnussen right at the end by the looks of it. Ocon out of position. Something must have happened to him, ahead of Latifi and King. Stroll at the back as well for that AlphaTauri. Started 22nd. Only got to 20th, strangely. And there's Grosjean as well. If something didn't happen with him, that's worrying. Looking at the race director, hards for Delatraz. Really, Nick de Vries. Drama there. So, corner cutting. Okay, so Verstappen signs Ocon. Okay, so that's where Ocon must have dropped back. With sign Albon's. It wasn't the Albon's retirement, but yeah. Anyway, you know what I mean. Where he was struggling. Standings wise, we are now 30 points clear of Bottas. Louis Delatraz, Hamilton. No other big changes there. Constructors wise, Renault 10 clear of McLaren. AlphaTauri, to be fair though, sneaking up on McLaren and Renault a little bit. That's not sorted, I think, with 4 races left. 3 races left. 3? And Racing Point, they just need a good run of stuff and they could still snatch Alfa Romeo, I think. There's something in that, if that all comes together for them. But we're 110 clear now of Mercedes. That's looking incredibly like a done deal, which I am loving. All I wanted with this playthrough was to be able to take Minardi to a championship. Looks like we're getting our wish.
Great work out there today.
Thanks.
Let's have your thoughts. How good does it feel to have both cars in your team take the top spots? You must be thrilled to be up on the podium. Was today a good day for you?
Compared to what I thought it was going to be.
What was the secret ingredient for your performance today?
We're still playing with where, aren't we?
Great. Well, that's everything.
You're welcome. Four apiece. I think he might have us, you know. Great stuff there. Another 2 million there. Now, I've still got to get the trophy for hiring someone at a level 15. I don't think Delatraz is going to get to level 15 by the end of the season, so he's out. We won't be doing a season 4. This playthrough will wrap up at the end of these races, but interesting
Morning, boss.
nonetheless.
This week's income from the sponsors has cleared, and we're making good profit against our running costs.
Renew, renew, renew. Durability, thank you very much. So that gives us 1,128. They've now all cleared. Ah, we're just shy. That's alright, we'll conk that out straight after practice, and we just need to play with the old decals and get these all back on the car again. Thank you very much. Right. I have my car pimped out. Goodness sake. There we are, over 20 million. We can afford lots of people for a season 4 if we wanted to. Oh, still the 2 there. Okay, we're off to Mexico. Catch you after Prix.
Our new parts have been completed without issue. They'll be on the